snooze.
The timing of that. Hello. Everybody, happy Thursday. Very good evening to you. Happy Thanksgiving Day to our friends in the United States. It's time to sit down and eat dinner. Yes. You join us here tonight. We're in Cincinnati and we're going to be flying a Firefly Air 235 with an Airbus A320 from Phoenix, and we're going to ramble to Chicago, the Windy City, cruising at an altitude of flight level 340 as it's cold, on the ground and cloudy, but no sign of rain. Right, brilliant. So yes, we're going to be on VATSIM this evening, and I hope you're all keeping terribly well. Jesus, there's buttons. And we did some planning for a flight earlier on. No real changes from what I can see. Jesus, what's going on? There's no real changes from what I can see. We're still departing out of runway 27. What's going on? It's all gone bananas. Pull up the handbrake, we start again. Runway 27 departure. We're on the Hagel 5 departure, and we're going to be rambling over to Chicago, in over Lake Michigan, past the Windy City for a runway 27 center arrival on the Watson 4 Star. Loads of words, but anyway, looking forward to this one. How are you getting on? How was your day since you last were here? We did some Navigraph earlier on, the Navigraph Academy. Then we did some briefings for our flight for this evening, and I'm looking forward to this flight. I'm also using the flight panels tonight on the Stream Deck XL. Loads of buttons and stuff to give me full control over the aircraft. And do check out their website, flightpanels.io. They're running their Black Friday sales. Buy one set of panels and get one for free. Ooh, I'll drop the link in the chat here now in a moment. Very handy or so. But anyway, who's here? Look, Toto 2495. Hello there. Good to see you, buddy. Mrs. TPHI stood up, sit down as she rambles in. Welcome in. A Crotty is here. Mac Vision, a very good evening to you. Eddie is here. Good to see you. Airlock Doc is in the house. Now, Airlock turned off me lights a good 10 minutes before I went live, and it scared the crap out of me. Just thought I'd share that with you. I didn't know they work when I'm not streaming. But you're very welcome in. Commander Balosh, happy Thursday. Creo, hello to all in County Mayo. Hope you're keeping well. Rambog Mord is here. Good to see you, Rambog. Happy Thursday to you. Liptorius is in the house. Fat Goo is here. Welcome aboard. Spitfire RAF 100 has rambled back. Good to see you again, buddy. APU Inspector says, happy Thursday, Murph. Counting down to the weekend. Oh, yes. It's so incredibly almost there. Now, to our American friends, they're off today. They're off tomorrow. So you have a 4-day weekend, am I right? Brilliant. But anyway, North Coast Mike, good to see you, Mike. Velo is here. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, has rambled aboard. Good to see you, Dougal. Tonight will be interesting with his new system fully refreshed and settings dialed in, we hope. Let's see what happens. Martin K is here, good evening. Soaring AJ. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Malky, good evening. Drew Bannon is in the house. Happy Thanksgiving, America. Absolutely. Robert J56, good to see you, bud. Norse Viking has rambled back in. David Bay is here. Chocks, a very good evening to you. Cracker, hope you're well. I'm fighting a man flu. Right. The two of us are punching the head off each other. I went for a lovely man. No, wait. I had a lovely man. A mid-afternoon nap. I put my head down. Oh God, Jez was jaded. Put my head down around 4:30 this Avo for a nap. And Jesus, I was barely able to get up. I woke up and I was all like, the voice was all the way down here. Jesus, who's that fella? I said, it was me. Me voice, right? Because the time of year to have such a voice. Jesus, I need to do all my recording now. Isn't that brilliant, right? But anyway, that's what I was up against. Retriever Neil, good day to you, my dude. Hope you're well. Lear is in the house. Double salute to that man. Good to see you, buddy. Killswitch, welcome aboard. Naughty Gnome is here. Welcome in, Naughty. Strap21, hola. Malky, thank you for your 5 in a row. Killswitch says, I'm getting a server issue detected when loading in from the desktop. Can't say I'm having the same issue. Let's see what happens. The Impossible Face, good evening. Colonel Fork85 has rambled in, kicks in the door with a drop kick. Tier 3 for 64 months. 64 months. When I'm 64. That was a song. Yeah, right. Colonel Fork, thank you very, very much indeed. Man alive, we go back. I mean, Do you know, I haven't aged now a bit since 64 months ago. 64 months ago. It's incredible. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my dude. Hope you're well. Stu Snape is here. Very good evening, Stu. Hope you're well. APU Inspector, thank you very much indeed for 15 months with Prime. The man is a legend. Eddie, good evening. Gar Gaming.
Nighty snoozy snooze.
Oh, Jesus. Gar Gaming, hello to all in Galway. Then Commander Balosh jumped up out of the press and he pressed a button. 5 gifted tier 1 subs going out to the community here on Twitch. Commander Balosh, thank you very, very much indeed. And lads, if you got a tier 1 sub, do be sure to say thank you to Commander Balosh. Very, very kind. Our route is there in the chat, so we're going to be departing out of Cincinnati's runway 27 on the Haggle 5 departure. Should be fun. Meanwhile, it's 40 odd miles an hour winds in central Scotland, says Malky. Jesus, everyone has the same haircut in that weather. But yes, Colonel Fork says, it's been like a month since I've been here live. It is. What? Hope you're well, bud. Hope you're well. For Awesome Gamer, a very happy Thursday to you. Corn Wolf has rejoined us. Welcome in, my guy. Hope you're well. Who else now? The Impossible Phase, thank you for a 7-month streak with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed for the subscription. Really appreciate it, my guy. Steiny is here. Good to see you, Steiny. Hope you're well. Drew Bannon then said, hang on, I'll have some of this. 5 gifted tier 1 subs to the community with thanks to Drew Bannon. Do be sure to say thank you if you're one of the lucky receivers of said gifted subscription. The man is a legend. Wait, Murph is a man in a man. No, I went for the wait, hang on. There's no way to say this without getting in trouble. I had a lovely man this afternoon. Jesus. Mid-afternoon nap. Right? Now, that's what it is. We can blame Wild Homestead. Because I watched that and, you know, James is very entertaining to watch and he comes up with these things and then I say them and people look at me, you know. But anyway, just looking, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Crafty Tigers, thank you very much indeed. 12 months, man. You're very, very kind for your subscription. Gun-Ho Guy is in the house. Welcome in. Light Bison is here. Crafty, you're looking terribly well. Who else is now? I was still a twinkle in my dad's eye 64 months ago. Right? Mutt Dog, welcome in. Where's this now? Buttons up here, look. Jesus. Of the last 17 days, I've worked 15 of them. I'm going to enjoy this 4-day holiday weekend. Jesus, 14 days work. On Spoke Deep after your man. No, wait, no. Wished, Lear, it's fine, right? It's grand. All is well in the realm. As we come over here to YouTube and welcome all our friends in who's joined us on the tube. CP65 is here, good to see you. Kubi, welcome in. Cracker Jack, good to see you, my guy. Zero Mike is here. Alan Leslie, welcome aboard. Sage is here. What do you think about Active Sky? Well, it does work and it works well. But visually, the default weather, I think, is all right. Visually. You know what I mean? Our Marchie is here. Happy Turkey Day. Back to you, buddy. I don't see much difference, says Zero Mike. Yeah, they're kind of the same, you know. Alan Leslie is warming up the new PC with a 5070 Ti and a 7800 X3D with 64 gigs of RAM. Ooh, that sounds very nice and, well, gorgeous. Jesus, there was a button. Fantastic stuff. So, right. Captain Tolerance is here. I will enjoy my 2 days off in 5 weeks' time. Oh, Jesus. Captain Tolerance, really? That's nuts. In the last 17 days, I've worked 20 of them. Ouch. Nuke, welcome in. Thank you for 3 in a row. Very good evening to you. Right, we'll press some buttons here now and see what happens, will we? Because we've a bit of planation to do. Now, currently, I don't see any ATC on the ground here. Over at Cincinnati. But we do have plenty of aircraft around us. We have a good group of us flying here this evening. So, as I said, we're here in the Fenix A320 CFM engines. And, yeah, we're going to be tipping off here shortly. So, a couple of things to get started. Up you devil you. I've updated GSX, I've updated me nav data, all the shebang, so we should be looking fairly good, right? Now, what I want to show you, because this is what I'm using, right? If I bring up my Stream Deck. So see here, this is the Stream Deck XL, but what I'm using with it are the flight panels for the Fenix A3XX. That's the 2025 edition, right? And I use this for all our airliner flights, and the reason being is it gives me savage control over what it is we're doing. So for example, on the screen we're looking at here in the moment, if I were to zoom in here, right? Well, I can actually go in now and start changing around the laws of physics. For instance, if I wanted to have a look at the engine page, click of a button, I have the engine page. Now I can do many other things. I can use the MCDU, I can use the overhead panels, I can use the lower panels, I can use the radio. Basically, I have full control over the aircraft and all of its systems by using this bit of software. So what you do is you go to flightpanels.io, you buy the panel that you like, right? And then you just horse it into your Stream Deck.
it installs, and you have the use of all of these things. And I love this, especially for the A321X. Now they do, or for the A3XX, the A320 from Fenix. They also do a ton of other panels. The 777 is in. There's loads of aircraft. Go over to the website and check it out. And as I said, they are doing the Black Friday deals. If you buy one panel, you get one for free. No brainer, right? Now is the time. Go over, take a look at it. The link has gone into the chat there twice. Just go over and have a gawk and see what you think. But I think these are brilliant, and like, I've control over everything. Like, for example, if I want to go back now and look at my overheads, for example, my IRS adheres, they're all starting to they're all in nav mode. We have a ton of other buttons here. We also have various batteries we can check, all our fire control tests, right? And if we go to the overhead panel 2, this is where we can use our, you can see it, right? So we have anti-ice for the wing, we have the wipers, we have mechanical call, we have station call, and you can hear all the beeps and whatever else. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Overhead panel 3, this is where we can turn on some master switches. We can also turn on our LNAV and electrical switches from up here. What else do we have? Then you have your autopilot, EFIS, comms, electrical panel, ECAM, lighting, hydraulics and fuel, your MCDU, which is fully functional, all from within the panel itself, right? Weather and TCAS. So if we want to be turning on our weather and TCAS information, that's where we'll do it from inside here as well. Very, very handy. Now, these work with the Stream Deck Plus, the Stream Deck Standard, but of course they also work with the Stream Deck XL. Check out their website, have a look, find the panels that you want. I use it for the GTN 750. I use it for the 777, and I'm using it for the A320XX, which is the Fenix aircraft. And it works flawlessly. You don't need to worry about configuring things. You just pop it in and it works. Simple as that, right? So I'm going to be using that as we carry on for today. I'm going to bring up my ECAM because that's where I'm going to be going down through my systems. And as we're sitting here, we're going to find out to see if we can get some clearance, because I just see ATC popping on, right? So as ATC is popping on, well, let's go in and have a quick look at our flight that we're doing. Aircraft is currently sitting on ground power, so we're not worried about electricity at the moment. And Cincinnati approach has just flicked the switch. So if we have a look at the airport here, we're currently down on stand Bravo 23, and well, we're going to be looking for a push and start. We're expecting runway 27 for a departure. Quick check in on the ATIS. We can use this from text, or indeed we can go ahead and just dial in the frequency. So the ATIS frequency for this one. What's the difference between A and D? Arrival and departure. So it's departure, right? That's what we want to look at. So let's have a look here now. Scroll up here, we have a look. So information Delta. Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. Departure information live as of now. Winds 270 at 12. Visibility is 10. Broken at 2600. Overcast 33. Temperature is -1. It's cold as balls up here. Departing runway is runway 27 or 36 right. All aircraft shall read back runway hold short instruction. Bird activity in the vicinity. And the ramp tower is closed. Contact ATC at the air carrier spots 2, 3, 10, DHL spots on 52, 54, 55, and the Amazon spot 7, 5. Advise you have information Delta. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to my little gadget, and if I turn on Garmin, we're going to put in information Delta over here, right? That's a weird looking Delta, Murph. It is. So we'll try that again. So we're going to put in Delta. So I now know of all my notes here in front of me, so I'll be able to use these, alright? So that's the information that we have. There's a beep. Looking at our flight, there's ACARS. Hello, ACARS. So we have PDC, call sign Firefly 235, departure destination. Routing looks correct. Altitude 340, squawk 4031. Checked. Remarks cleared for the Haggle 5 departure, flash transition, maintain altitude 5000, expect 340 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency 126.650. So 126.650. We'll go ahead and write that in, and all should be well in the realm. So we'll start getting ourselves up and running here. So in terms of the aircraft, we're going to start loading in our flight. So we'll go into ATSU using our MCDU systems, and I'm going to go to the menu, and we're going to go to flight initialization. So that's going to all start coming in. We're going to request our initialization, right? And as we're looking at things here, well, I want to bring up the old APU, so I'm going to bring up the APU screen, and again, that's by using the Stream Deck ahead of me. It's so handy, lads, so handy. Do you know? Why does the US tell you that you can expect cruise level? Lear, there's a couple of reasons. I think it was like if there was a loss of radio communication, but also when you file for a particular altitude, well, they're going to say, hey, listen, we will get you up there, but roughly expect this time. But if you were to lose communication with ATC for any reason, after whatever figure they give you, it's usually expect flight level 340 10 minutes after departure. If you lost it, well, then they know that's what they said to you to do, and away you can pop. You know. Very interesting. Dave Cleary is here. Legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you. QC Frank, thank you for 31 months. The man is a legend. Cheers, Frank. Hope you're well, buddy. Birds, Eddie. I can't do accents or voices. My voice is shagged. Right, over to our FMGC. And let's start putting some information into this machine here. So we're going to go to initialization. We're going to request, init request, and come back over here to a tablet. So if you look at our weight and balance, we're going to say, right, this is pulling it in from SimBrief, 0 fuel weight, gross weight, all the jazz is there. We're going to load the aircraft, instantly load. Thanks very much. And we can send this information now over to our MACDU, or MCDU. So flight number, we are that of Firefly 235. Go ahead and pop you in there. And if we have a look at SimBrief, our cost index for today's flight is 30, and our final cruise is going to be at flight level 340. Lovely job. Winds, we're going to go in and request the wind data for all our various climbs and step climbs and so on. It's a relatively short flight, about an hour and 20. And we'll see how we get on here. So the winds are now loaded in. Wind data uplink is complete, and that's all looking good. We'll now go into IRS initialize. It's already done. And now we go into our flight plan. Or do we? Hang on. Initialize. Next page. Yeah, that's all fine. So we go to our flight plan. We're going to look at our departure. Click on departure. We're planning a departure according to ATC as well. We're going to be blasting off here, lads, from runway 27. Right, runway 27, and we have already been cleared to the Haggle 5 departure, and the transition is PLASH. So we're going to insert all of this. We continue all the way down the road, and we can have a look at our final waypoint is over to FWA. So I'm going to put in the STAR because we know we're working with an arrival. So our arrival, we'll put that in. We're planning for an ILS approach onto runway 27 center. Right, here's ILS 27 center, and our approach here is going to be on the Watson 4 arrival. There's Watson 4, and it's going to ask us, well, look, where are you coming in from? Our transition is going to be from the FWA, Fort something, via war. So we're going to click on that, and now we're going to insert all of this. We might have a break in our flight plan, only because we're going to expect a manual. See this manual? That's going to be a radar vector, English Murph, a radar vector we'll expect from ATC, from CNAC. If we don't have ATC when we get up there, well, it's relatively straightforward. We're going to be flying now all the way up to CNAC, which is here, and then we'll just vector ourselves directly over to Jimbo. Fairly straightforward, right? Manuel? So that's how she's going to look, which is looking wonderful. And let's have a look here. So we're good, and that's good. So we're going to continue on powering up the aircraft, and let's see what we can do. There is a disco in there, but I'm quite okay with that. Next up is going to be our performance page. So we're going to come back over here to the aircraft, and we shall go into our takeoff performance. So we can see Cincinnati, the runway is dry. Flap, we're going to go 1F. Force toga, we don't need to force it. Pax will be on. We're going to sync the load sheet. We're going to sync the weather, and we're going to calculate our V speeds. We have a V1 and rotate at 150 knots, transition altitude 180, and flaps are going to be 1 down 0.5. Send to our MCDU. Let's come back over here, have a quick look. Yes, they're all gone in there. Next phases, so our flight speed in managed mode, we're going to be at Mach 0.78. That's what we're looking for during the climb. Our next phase during the cruise, 0.78. Into our descent phase then, is going to be 0.78. So we're going to be fairly moving on this one, and then our approach for our destination. We'll populate this page as we get a little bit closer to the airport. Now our rad nav page, radio nav, so we're going to be dialing in for the ILS frequency over at Chicago, so that's quite okay. If we have a look at our fuel prediction, well, we can have a look at what it thinks. 0 fuel weight and also fuel on board, right? So total fuel on board, it's telling me 501. Fuel flow and FQ, that's grand. 60.2, that's grand. Fuel on board that we should have should be 5077. You should be okay. Should be okay. If we're anyway low, we can always throw a little bit in. I always like taking a little bit of extra fuel, but of course, when it comes to the real world, they don't want you using extra fuel. They want you to do it in the least amount of fuel as possible whilst maintaining safety. Makes sense, right? All right. Now, that fuel does allow for taxi in, taxi out, any sort of delays, and also a reroute to our alternate destination. So there's more than enough. We have final reserve time of about 30 minutes after all of this. So we should be fine, right? Now, if we go into our progress page, we'll be taking a look at this later on. Bearing and distance. So we can put in, if we wanted to, if I was to put in to give me a rough total mileage and time it should take when we get to Chicago. So if I were to put in, for example, KMCO, and if I horse that over there, that'll tell us we're currently 658... That's completely wrong. KMCO, KORD. That was Florida, you big idiot. That looks better. We're 229.8 miles from our destination at Chicago O'Hare. All right, sweet. Now, depending on the runway we land at over in Chicago, we'll either be taxiing to the left or taxiing to the right over to the concourse. Ashley, good to see you. Hope all is well. So a quick look here, because this is always part of your flying and your planning. Quick look then to say, right, when we get down into Chicago, we are aware of our missed approach. We've had a look at that earlier on. We're planning to land on runway 27 center, which is this guy in here, in which then we're going to expect to be vacating the runway somewhere around Echo. Then we need to realize there's going to be another active runway on our left-hand side until we get down into this area here. I'm aiming for Concourse B at Terminal 1. So we're going to put in Concourse B at Terminal 1. So we're going to horse that all onto my notes. So I have it in my head. I just need to glance to see where we're at. You know what I mean? So that's all going to be grand. Now, we need to tune into the man on the radio. So to do this, we can do a couple of things. I can use my Stream Decks to be able to tune in the radio frequencies, or indeed, I can just use... the sim, right? So we're going to tune into our departure frequency, which is going to be 126650. So 126650, 126650, and pop him up there. 126650. That's in, all right? And next frequency after that, we'll worry about it in the moment. Now, they also gave us a squawk code, so we're going to go ahead and put the squawk code in. They gave us four...
Cincinnati approach, Firefly 266, spot 55 with Delta, ready for taxi, request the runway 27 if possible.
Firefly 266, roger, taxi runway 27 via Sierra, Mike 1.
Sierra, Mike 1, runway 27, Firefly 266, thanks.
Okay, so there's the lad starting to light up.
Oscar Yankee Kilo Bravo Alpha, runway 27, clear for takeoff. RNAV Bonnley winds 27012.
Now we're in Q&H over
clear
here. We'll
for
put that
takeoff
into...
runway 27, Oscar Yankee Kilo Bravo Alpha.
Okay, so 5,000 goes in there. Our rotate speed is going to be 150. We'll keep it at 200 for our initial. And the rest of the aircraft will be setting up. We're going to go ahead now and fire up that APU. So master switch turn on. That's going to open up the little door. We don't have tower, we have approach. So I imagine...
American 6432, caution wake turbulence, departing heavy A340, runway 27, line up and wait.
Hey, Carlo, good to see you.
Runway 27.
Right, there's plenty of movement from the lads. Now, I
American
imagine...
6432, I'm only catching every
there's no
other word
push
on
and
that.
start, right?
Breaking up a lot.
As if we don't need to call up for a push and start. We're just going to push back and start, right? So there's a Dougal behind me, and we have a lot of other aircraft pushing around here as well. So we'll get ourselves set up here momentarily. While we're sitting here, let's go to ground control. We're going to go ahead and close off the rear left, right? Why he's there, I don't know, but sure, let's see what happens. And then we can use GSX to push us, or indeed we can use the aircraft, or we can use the aircraft. It'll do it itself. B. Carlo, thank you very much indeed. What a mad legend. 42 months, dude. Cheers. So we don't need to ask, Jesus Dougal, you don't need to ask Tower for a push and start. Some airports will want you to do that. By and large in the States,
Bravo
you don't.
Alpha, radar contact, climbing out of 2,400, climb and maintain 13,000, cleared direct, haggle.
So where might we be pushing to, right?
Maintain
27 is right behind us.
Direct angle, Oscar Bravo, correction, Oscar Yankee Kilo Bravo Alpha.
So I'd like to go, I reckon it's going to be Juliet 2, Juliet, and then holding short Kilo 1. I reckon that's what we're going to get. So that means we're going to push nose left, tail right. Fair enough. all should be well. So we'll just call it for a taxi. Now, other things we can do, we can go ahead and turn on our squawk machine, stick it on auto, and we'll go TA for the minute. And once we start moving, we'll turn that on. Jimbo, good to see you. Johnny Aardvark, good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, so as I say, lads, it's all the it's the various panels that we have. So if we have a look down here now with the APU, we can go and turn on the APU bleeds, which should come on automatically, but if not, we turn them on. So we're now on our own power. And at this stage now, if I go ahead, I can disconnect from ground power. So if I go back one, if I go to my electrical panel over here, that's air. If I go to electrics, I can now turn off the external power. External power has been disconnected, and you can do all this from your tablet.
Firefly 32 whiskey pushed with Delta, looking for taxi to 27 via junction 1, please.
So we're going to remove the ground power unit.
Firefly 32 whiskey, Cincinnati approach, runway 27, and taxi via there's Juliet 2, Juliet 1. If you can get around the A310 or the A319 in front of you.
Hey, firm, Juliet 2, Juliet 1 for 32 whiskey.
So when we push, we're just going to push into this area here, and then we'll go ahead and give a shout out.
Firefly 266, winds 270 at 12, RNAV to Bonley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
So RNAV to Bonley
RNAV
saying.
to Bonley, runway 27, clear for takeoff. Firefly 266.
RNAV to Bonley. So there's Bonley. See this? That's what they mean. So when we get to Bonley, it's going to be a right turn. Minimum altitude is going to be, maximum altitude at this state is going to be 1,400, but then we're climbing up to a max of 5,000. So Bonley is the RNAV departure, right turn up to Macod, and then it's up to Hagall, and then away we go. All right? That is the plan of attack. So we're currently running on our APU, which is grand. Let me see now. Beacon lights start coming on. And what else you want to do here now? All the lights are good. Everything up here is good. Do you
Firefly
want ice? No.
32 whiskey heavy, you can runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 27, Firefly 32 whiskey heavy.
I don't think I need de-icing because it's not raining. You know what I mean?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
We're ready for push.
Kilo Bravo Alpha, leaving my airspace. Indy Center is not online. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Frequency change approved, Oscar Yankee, Kilo Bravo Alpha. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Alright, so we'll connect our own tug here, which it is. And our plan now, as we start to push back, we'll go down and turn on our transponder, which is now giving me...
Firefly 266 heavy, radar contact, climbing out of 2,900. Climb and maintain 13,000, clear direct Haggle.
Alright, let's see what happens here.
Climb and maintain 13,000, direct Haggle, Firefly 266.
Off the brakes, lights are on, and we'll go ahead now and start putting some power into the aircraft. Ignition switch is on, right engine coming up, and let's see what happens. Ooh, local aviator, good to see you, bud. Murph, there's no turn before 1400. Yeah, roger. Okay, start throwing the nose to the right.
Firefly 32 whiskey, winds 270 at 12, RNAV to Bonley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
RNAV to Bonley, clear for takeoff, 32 whiskey.
Okay, engine 2 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320.
Alright. Now as we push here, we'll straighten it up, just to push us back a little bit, because I want to be using this little intersection here, right?
United 2287 at spot 7, requesting taxi.
Alright, engine 1.
United 2287, Cincinnati approach, runway 27, taxi via Juliet 1.
Juliet 2, Juliet and Juliet 1 for runway 27, United 2287.
Alrighty, that'll do us here. And we're going to engage our parking brakes. Parking brake set, engine 1 coming up.
Leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt...
Firefly 32 whiskey, radar contact, climbing out of 1,600, climb and maintain 13,000.
I maintain 13,000, 32 whiskey.
Alright, it's coming together. Now, okay, so aircraft is started up. We know
Firefly 32 whiskey or clear direct
we know the
Haggle.
APU is running. Engines we can
Direct
see.
Haggle, Firefly 32.
Oh, engines are running, that's what we want. We can now go over and check our flight controls. So again, I could test this, use the panel. So we're going to say flight controls is going to be full forward, full back, full left, full right, rudder left, spoilers closed, flaps 1F,
United 2287,
auto brake set to
runway
maximum.
27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait.
Predicted wind shear is off. We'll go ahead and turn this on. That's on our weather system. System 1 is on, predicted wind shear is on. And have a look at our cast here. So seatbelts, parking brake, APU bleed. We're finished with the APU, so we'll turn off the bleed, turn off the APU. Strobe set to auto, runway turn off lights can come on, nav and logo lights are already fully on, taxi light can come on, and we'll call for a taxi here now in a moment. We're going to do our quick take-off test configuration, so if I click,
to Bonnley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
cabin needs to be checked and spoilers need to be armed. Armed spoilers, cabin, we'll go ahead and check.
Firefly 266, leaving my airspace.
Cabin checked.
India approach is offline, frequency change approved, have a good flight.
Frequency change approved. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Firefly 266.
Okay, so we'll give a shout now to find out where we are. So we've just pushed back off
Cincinnati approach,
Bravo
Firefly 301, spot 3 for taxi to 27, please.
Firefly 301, Cincinnati approach, runway 27, taxi via Sierra, Juliet 1, and squawk mode C for me, please.
Now let's have a quick look.
Mode C for Firefly 301 and taxi to runway 27 via Sierra, Juliet and Juliet 1 for Firefly 301.
Now it says carrier at spots 2, 3 and 10. So where did you see spots 2, 3 and 10, lads? Spots 2, 3 and 10, are they on the chart?
Cincinnati, Firefly 972, spot 8, request taxi to 27, please, for information Delta.
Firefly 972, thanks for Delta, you can taxi to runway 27.
Are these the spots here, Dougal, yeah?
Juliet 3, Juliet 1.
Taxi runway 27, Juliet 3, Juliet and Juliet 1 for Firefly 970.
United 2287, radar contact, climb out of 2,500, climb and maintain 13,000, clear
So
direct
2,
haggle.
3 and 10. So 10 is way up the road.
Climb and maintain 13,000.
2, 3 and 10. So do I go down to spot 10? Is that right?
Firefly 32 Whiskey, leaving my airspace, Indy Center is offline, frequency change approved, have a good Thanksgiving.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Ram taxi line, Terminal 3. So we come off down here at Bravo. Ram 3 taxi line, right?
Approach Firefly 003 off Bravo with 27 on the
Only upgrade if we need an X3D. Yes.
Firefly 3, Cincinnati approach, runway 27, taxi via spot 5, Juliet 1.
Spot 5, Juliet 1.
Spot 5, Juliet 1.
Pause, why should I turn around that way? Alright. So we can say spot 5.
Firefly
We just need to
32
turn
Whiskey,
around.
Cincinnati approach.
32 Whiskey, go ahead.
32 Whiskey, you're leaving my airspace and Indy Center is offline. Frequency change approved. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Frequency change approved, 32 Whiskey. You too, thanks for being online.
Fair play to that man. Cincinnati approach, very good afternoon. Firefly 235, just pushed from stand Bravo 23 at spot 5. Request taxi runway 27. We have information Delta on board.
Firefly 235, thanks for Delta. You can taxi runway 27 via Juliet 2, Juliet 1.
Roger, taxi hold short runway 27 via Juliet 2, Juliet and Juliet 1 for Firefly 235. Thanks. Alright. Juliet 2, Juliet, and then Juliet 1. Wait now, where's Juliet 1, Murph? So Juliet 2, Juliet, there's Juliet 1. Alright, we know where we're going. Oh, Jesus. Go handy now, Murphy, with your mappage. Right, friends, let me see, taxi light is on.
Firefly 972, winds
Race off.
270 at 15. RNAV to Bonnley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Arnold to Bonley and runway 27, clear for takeoff, Firefly 972.
On behind us. Juliet 2 is up here. We could cut across, but we'll just go up a little bit. Easy now, Murphy. Alright. Okay, coming up on Juliet 2, so we're going to do a left and then left again. Alright? Left and left again. Lovely. Flaps. 1F. And let's get ourselves turned in here. Man, the weather is bang on. I absolutely love that. It's like absolutely bang on. Alright, we're on Juliet now. Watch your
United
speed.
2287, leaving my airspace, Indy Center offline, frequency change approved. Have a good holiday.
Frequency change approved for United 2287, and thanks for the service.
Now we know this other company is dead ahead.
Firefly 301, runway 27, line up and wait.
Runway 27, line up and wait, Firefly 301.
Mr. Flyman, good to see you. Just the settings, bud. And I'm also using a reshade profile. Look at that. That's reshade off, reshade on. Just gives it a bit of oomph, you know what I mean? Alright, we're going to sit tight here. Let the other aircraft go ahead of us just for the moment. Takeoff configuration is indeed clear. Now, quick check here. Pitch trim. That does need to be set. So let's go back into our performance here. Pitch trim for this one is going to be 1 down 0.5. So if we do some of this, pitch trim, 1 down 0.5. Now let's go to me. That's 0.6. 0.5. Hello? Now, who's this guy? Is he letting me go or is he waiting for me? He looks like he's waiting for me, doesn't he?
Firefly 003, holding short on Juliet.
Firefly 301, wind 270 at 15. RNAV to Bonley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
It's going to be my first PC build.
Bonley, runway
Playing on
27,
a Mac.
cleared for takeoff,
Ooh.
Firefly 301.
Firefly 235, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 27, Firefly 235.
Firefly 972, clear direct haggle, climb and maintain 13,000.
Direct haggle and climb maintain 13,000, Firefly 972.
Firefly 003, can continue taxi behind that A320.
Roger, continue taxi behind the A320, Firefly 003.
Alright. We have that aircraft rolling. We're entering runway 27. Lights are on. Taxi and hold. Control E, let's go. Anthony, good to see you, buddy. Alright, let's see what we're going to do here. Left is clear. Right, we have another aircraft rolling. We're going to position and hold. And then we head on out the road. Alright. Runway 27, you've never looked as good. Alright, position and hold. Sit tight.
Firefly 301, radar contact, climbing out of 2,000, climb and maintain 13,000.
I maintain 13,000, Firefly 301.
Everything feels and looks okay until it suddenly doesn't. Ignition, keep it in on mode. There's our speeds, altitudes. Alright, I think we're looking good. VATSIM and the Quasar. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? That electrical pump, we could probably turn that off now. APU, did I turn that off? APU is off.
Firefly 301, clear direct haggle.
Direct haggle, Firefly 30.
Firefly 235, winds 270 at 15, RNAV to Bonley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, RNAV to Bonley, Firefly 235. Right, lads, power coming in. Start the clock.
Firefly 003, heavy, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, Firefly 003.
Engine stable. Toga, SRS and runway. Airspeed live. $120. V1, rotate. Yep, see Daisy. Positive rate of climb. And indicating. Gear coming up. Alright. Fish. Right, gear should now be down. Alrighty, watch the speed. We're going to go auto throttle. We're going to go speed mode. We're going to hold at 200.
Firefly 235, radar contact, climb out of 2,400, climb and maintain 13,000.
Climb, maintain 13,000, Firefly 235. Hop! The hill we go.
Firefly 235, clear direct haggle.
Clear direct haggle, Firefly 235.
Firefly 003, winds 270 at 15, RNAV to Bonnley, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Right turn.
Good Bonnley.
Not coming in. Spoilers disarm. Ignition off. Speed increase now. Let's go 220 knots. Just get us around the corner, then we can blast her up to about
Firefly 972, you're
250.
leaving my airspace, Indy Center is offline, frequency change approved, have a good Thanksgiving.
Beautiful!
Frequency change approved, thanks for to see you and happy Thanksgiving, Firefly 972, bye-bye.
Boulder Pilot, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in.
Frontier Flight 301, leaving my airspace, Indy Center is offline, have a good holiday.
Cleared onto Unicom, have a great Thanksgiving, Firefly 301.
Alrighty.
Cincinnati, American 1812.
Okay, coming up on 7,000. Speed isn't doing what I wanted to do. What are we saying, 240?
Is that American 1812?
Lock her in there now.
American 1812.
Ooh, look at the
Stand
clouds. Speed managed.
American 1812, ident.
What am I missing? There we go. Ooh, look at the view. Nice. Naughty, brilliant.
Firefly 003, radar contact, climb out of 2,400.
Shane, good to see you, buddy.
13,000, clear direct haggle.
Whoa, haggle.
13,000 direct haggle.
Wonder why climb isn't working on me plane. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, very weird.
American 1812, winds today are 270 at 15. Would you like runway 27?
Say again.
Malky, you're a fucking genius.
270 at 15.
April, we'll take 27.
I was in freaking VS
Number
mode.
18, American 1812, right? Cincinnati altimeter 3024. Continue on the Seagram 7 and I'll vector you to the ILS for runway 27.
Cincinnati to Seagram 7, you can move vectors runway 27, American 1812, thanks.
Alright. Alright, let's have a look at things. Engine page looking good. And this has all been used from me Stream Deck. How friggin' deadly and sexy is this? Look. Oh, yes. Pressure. Cabin pressure. All climbing. That's what we want. Electrical power is good. Fuel. Our fuel is looking okay.
And the aircraft calling Cincinnati approach. Give me that call sign one more time.
25, 24, 24. It's warm enough. It's quite nice, actually. Over 10,000, Murph. Lights off. Thank you. Our speed is now picking up nice and handy as we're up at flight level 130. How fast now should I be bombing it along here?
November 233, Victor Charlie, Cincinnati approach, squawk 1417 and ident. Frontier Flight 235, leaving my airspace, Indy Center is offline. Have a good holiday. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Over to advisory. Happy Thanksgiving from Firefly 235. Thanks. Watch your speed. Right, we're going to climb.
Firefly 003, leaving my airspace and Indy Center is offline. Have a good Thanksgiving. Frequency change, please.
Up the hill now, please, Murph.
Leaving your airspace and enjoy your holiday. Bye-bye.
And Cincinnati traffic, Firefly 235, climbing now, flight level 130 up to 340. Cincinnati traffic. Right. Up the hill we go. Jesus, we started booting it there for a second, but we're all right. So we're climbing up and away now. We're on Lonely Com, as it were, as we're leaving the frequency of Cincinnati. Fair play to that controller, and we continue on now with what we're doing. Right. Let's see what happens. Steban, thank you very much indeed for the subscribe. Kieran Nile is here. Good to see you, Kieran. It would be wanting to pitch down to accelerate. Yeah. No, it's gas, right? Every time you fly, I think anytime I fly, I'm learning different stuff with the aircraft all the time. All the time. Now, Firefly 301 is ahead of me. Jesus, did Naughty Gnome and Dougal do well this week? I'm just saying. Now, they're all climbing like mad here, so let's see what happens. We're up the road, we're climbing. I just want to check that range, we don't get too close to them. Do you know what I mean? And we'll see what happens, lads. We'll see what happens. Very nice departure. Fair play to ATC for coming on. It was well managed. Even though we were following our SID, we did get a direct 2 over to the right side, over the haggle a little bit quicker, which is fine. You know, you expect these things. And that's why, you know, it's very important to know, or at least be familiar with some of the waypoints in and around the airports, because you might get directed to them. And if they give you a name that you haven't seen before, you'd be like, huh? You know what I mean? Come on, autopilot, you can do it. This is terribly nice. Now, are we into mode 6? We are. Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's alright, Faku. It is windy, so we're expecting the wind to be hitting us 51 knots across. As we turn left then up here, we're going to be dealing with all the windage. So we're looking good at the moment. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction. It's grand, lads. It's on now, don't worry. 17.5. Why aren't you climbing there, Betsy? Up the hill. Just thought I'd take a break for a moment, you know. Alright. So during the flight, I'm now keeping an eye on the scope. Because we're over to advisory, meaning that there is no ATC control here, so we need to keep an eye out. So this is our little magenta line, our little conga line of all our aircraft, so we can see there's the lads heading up, right? I'm back here, so we Firefly 301, 972, we have United 2287, and 32 Whiskey, which is Dougal up the he's way up the road. Behind me, I think we got Iceman here, 003. So I'm just looking at speed, so Iceman is going a little bit faster than me right now. I'm at a 372 indicated. Naughty Gnome was up on a 405. So yeah, this is all about spacing now. I'm happy with the distance between myself and 301. 003 would ideally, once you get around this corner, back off a little bit. But yeah, it's looking pretty. It's looking very pretty. Quick question with the Thrustmaster Airbus throttle. Do I need to do something special to use 4 engines? I'm not quite sure. Keep your distance, Murph. Up you, it'll be grand. It'll be grand. Getting a deep dish pizza and an IPA. Ooh, nut dog. You know my game? I know what you're up to, Murph. You know. We need to go to standard here as well. And again, we can do all of this from our controls. Like, there's cool stuff here in the plane. Look what I can do here. Look, this is only deadly. If we go to the cockpit, look at me chairs moving now. Wait till you see this. You'll be very impressed. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be allowed into aeroplanes because I just play with this all day. And you might be asking, how am I doing that? It's all using the flight panel. I have loads of options in here and where I can turn on different blinds, visors, all the jazz can be activated from in here. Isn't it only brilliant? It's just
Firefly 235, please state your speed. Your Mach number.
We are accelerating currently at 0.62.
So I'll be slowing down. Firefly 003.
My planned speed is going to be 0.78.
We should go down to 0.59 in a...
Cool, we'll wave back to you. What's the difference between the AB9 and the AB6? Size, Kieran, that's pretty much it. Size and torque. Little bit less torque in the AB6. Do you know, it's all magic, it's all magic, it's all magic. No one really knows what happens here. It's pure magic, you know. So that was Iceman behind me, and he's doing what he should be doing. He's able to contact and talk to other pilots who are on Unicom or advisory and say, hey, what are you doing there? Just so we have a better idea, so he's not going to be jumping up and scaring us, you know what I mean? I have such a cough this evening. Man, the weather looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So we're climbing up. 340 is our cruise altitude, and then we'll be looking to see where our top of drop is. So our top of climb is indicated here with this blue little marker. See that little fella there? That little blue marker, right? Now, if I go to... seatbelts can be turned off. If I go into... we can zoom in and zoom out. See, I can control all of it. This is class, lads. Absolutely class. Range change. So we can have a look here to see what we're doing. There's our top of climb, and then we're going to see our top of drop, right? Map mode. Can we change that? Plan, arc. I want nav. VOR. LS system, no. Nav. Zoom in. So there's the aircraft ahead of me. Here's the aircraft behind me, right? Have a look at the waypoints here as well. That's okay. Have a look at our airports down here. That's okay. DCGU. I don't need to do it without messages. So we can pretty much see what it is we're doing. I like keeping it on arc. It gives me a good idea of what we're doing. If I go back into my MCDU now, we'll actually see where our top of climb is. Now, planning ahead, are we actually going to be flying into air traffic control? Right now? Well, yes, there's a ground controller on in Chicago, right? But man, Zach, you legend, you. And he's going to be on 118075. Now, we won't be talking to him until we land. But if anyone else jumps on the bandwagon, at least we know then, right? So we'll monitor what it is we're doing, all right? New York is online. So we're here, we're following Naughty, nice speed, nice space in between us, and we can see the guys now. That's Larry, I think, up the front, in an A340. Larry's first spin in the A340 on VATSIM, I'd say. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong airport, never mind. We're over here. Where was this? Oh, Midway, so we're going to O'Hare. This is all part of the test, lads, you know. That's why these streams are interactive. They give you the chance to correct me all the time. Is that the Phoenix? It is, Mark. It is.
Not the plane. It's the pilot.
Listen, right? What I'm using today, lads, are the Stream Deck profiles. If you have a Stream Deck, well, look at the cool stuff we can do with this, right? In ATC mode, we can go into our radios. We can check in on the map. We can check in on... where's this now? Comms. Sorry, go back one here for comms.
Firefly 235, please take on landing runway.
Say again, Firefly 235.
Please take your landing runway.
Me landing runway.
Yes.
27 center.
Okay, I'm the same runway.
We hope, right? We hope. Well, that's what we're expecting. That they're active real world, so you know what I mean. We'll see what happens. But anyway, as I was saying, with the panels, and check out their website, lads. I'll put another link into it. Just check it out. I think it's tremendous value. Buy one, get one free for their Black Friday sales, right? But like, the amount of control you have over the friggin' thing is unbelievable. Every system, you can use it directly from your Stream Deck, and these are the icons that are looking at me, right? So if I go back to other menus, if I say, right, show me the overhead panel. So there's overhead 1, overhead 2, right? But if I want to say, do you know what, just give me the autopilot. So here's where I can zoom the map, speed, heading, right? Vertical speed, autopilot 1 or 2. I can select all the different approach modes. Like, deadly stuff. Deadly stuff. Check out the website, have a look, because I think it is absolutely friggin' brilliant. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to go to the fuel page over here. Now, if we go down to our MCDU and we look at our fuel prediction, right? So, extra time, sufficient. All is well in the house, in the realm. Time to O'Hare, we're 177 miles away. Our accuracy for our GPS, it's quite high, right? Required is 2. We currently have 0.03, so we're fairly active on this. Fairly accurate, rather, on this. And then we have our radio nav. The ILS approach, or the ILS frequency that we're going to be looking for is going to be, I'd say it's 111.9er. Let's go and have a quick look here on our charts, because we are looking for the ILS approach into runway 27. So it is 111.9er. Final approach course is going to be a 270, and our decision altitude for this one is... That's category 2. I don't think we're operating in low vis. There you go. Decision altitude 853, decision height 200. 200. Mark says, I figured out it's that, but I can't even connect the GPU because your iPad is off. Oh, Jesus. Ordering was pretty smooth. Arrived about 3 days using the UK store. What you get, Pie Man Jim? Oh, the Wing side stick. Nice, buddy. Nice. Yeah, it's awesome how much hardware there is these days now, isn't there? Absolutely class. Right, looking at our flight plan, we can see flight level 3-2. We're still climbing, mind you. Interesting. Top of climb is still ahead of us. 3-2, 3-4. And then you'll see the altitude starting to drop then at Makita. Alright. Your MCDU arrived in 3 days, working just fine. So I do have the MCDU for this. I just don't really use it. But it's a great bit of kit. Tremendous bit of kit. Right, how are we looking now for our spacing? .301, ground speed of 414. Murphy, 417. Naughty, drive it on there a bit, will you? You and your big plane. Wait, what is Naughty flying? Are you in the 777 again? The man's a glutton. A glutton for punishment. There he is up there, look. We're looking at the contrails of a naughty gnome. Cop, good to see it. Do you do this as a hobby or something, or do you have a genuine interest in like a career field? It's purely a hobby. I'm at the age now I'd be bugger all used to an airliner if I wanted to go flying for them. This is all a hobby. Like my absolute passion is general aviation, but I do enjoy the airliners flying with the systems. I love VATSIM. It's all hobby. Hope you're well, Cop. Welcome in, buddy. Toto is here. Murph, the smallest cargo jet you think is worthwhile getting in 2024? What is the smallest cargo jet you think worthwhile? Smallest cargo jet. I'd be looking at the 146 airlock. I think the 146 is excellent. And Just Flight have just released the massive update, huge update for the native 2024, and you can pick it up dirt cheap. The 146, yeah, look, many people, Retriever Neil, say the same. I think the 146 is an excellent kind of light to medium cargo jet. Looks great, sounds great, tons of features, and it's different. You're not flying the same stuff as everyone. G Slayer is here. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Hope you're well. But yeah, it's very, 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 very good. Hobby, are you kidding? Murph, we passed hobby a long time ago. This is a way of life. I would agree, Shane, I would agree. It used to be a hobby, you know, and now it's like, this is just what we do. It's very hard explaining this to someone down at the pub for a pint. So what do you do? I'd be on the internet. I'm getting messages. No, we're okay. Right. Radar cruise altitude 340, and we're about to blast over the approach fix of the whatchamacallit, the VOR. And we can see where top of drop is. Well, where is our top of drop? It's up the road here a bit. Enter destination data. Sweet. Okay, well, we're probably a little bit far out, but we can do it. So let's go into our progress page. And let's go across. Cruise. Oh, no, sorry. Performance, I beg your pardon. So that's our cruise, 0.78. Descent, 0.78 or 29 or 5. And then we have our destination. And this is where we're going to get some information of where it is that we're going. Now, currently, there is no ATC, so we'll bring up our trusty Navigraph, and we're going to pull in some information about this. So we'll go into O'Hare Airport, we're going to go into the weather situation, and currently, the QNH is 3021 inches of mercury, 30.21. Temperature on the ground is minus 1 degree. Barrow. Well, we have the barrow, but our radio, what were we saying? It was 200, wasn't it? Landing barrow 200. Flap configuration is set to 3. We could go full flaps, but Rico Fly, good to see you. I just tell people I retired early. Now I just do what I love, right? Actually, that's a handy way to do it. Did you experience any issues with the Fenix not starting up batteries 1 and 2? Sounds like a WASM issue, Mark. Am I using the Moses stick? I'm not. I'm still using my Verpal gear. With the Moses stuff, I have it kind of mounted beside me, so it's just because I'm using, like, I put a tablet in front of me to write down stuff. It'll get fairly cluttered fairly quick, do you know? Clear for Approach says, thanks for your advice. Feel like I'm in a world of pain trying to work out what works best. I love, lads, I do really appreciate this. I love when, you know, our folks in the chat, you're chatting to other people, offering advice. I love that. That's community right there. Someone comes in, they have a question, someone's able to help them. So thank you for that. They're only brilliant, you know. Just tell them you're on an Oni Planes, Merv. That would work as well. I don't just, actually, what do? I'm on OnlyFans. I need to start doing that more and more. See what the reaction would be. You know what I mean? I'm on OnlyFans. What, really? Seriously? Yep. What do you do? Ah, sure, listen. You'd have to go and check it out. Haha, brilliant! Airlock Doc. He says, shh, now don't tell anyone, but I'm installing the Fenix A320 while I watch. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that Airlock Doc would be installing an airliner. The price
Cargo traffic, Firefly 301, overhead Pronk, commencing descent into runway 28 center, Chicago traffic.
Who are you calling a Pronk? The prices of computer parts are going up big time. CP, they are getting ridiculous. Components are going way up. If you can make a fortune with your small hands, thanks, Cornwall. Yeah. Shag off. Man, this looks terribly nice, look. Ooh. You know, and look at the state. Look how good that looks. We're cruising nicely, friends. Cruising nicely. Sarah Doman says, yeah, the CPU part prices are becoming insane. They absolutely are. I was just testing me WinMake stuff after a while. It works okay. Started the Fenix engines and a CTD. I never used to get a CTD. May have had 3 since Friday. But really? Yeah, the 146 is just out. Lads, make sure you go and grab that 146 update. We'll check it out next Wednesday. But it is huge. Jesus, look at that for the view. Isn't that gorgeous, lads? Isn't that only gorgeous? The price of system memory is up 400%. Really? Is it? Jesus. That's kind of mad, isn't it? This is all terribly, terribly nice. I plan on grabbing the Avro and the Black Square GA aircraft. Absolutely. 64 gigs of RAM are now upwards of £600. What? Are you for real? The price of memory is insane. It'll make you lose your mind. What's going on with that? They're just scalping, are they? Something to do with AI and the power people need to run it. It's data mining all over again. Oh, bloody hell. Can they just shag off with their data mining? You know what I mean? That's a ridiculous setup, lads, isn't it? Jesus. The price of RAM. Is it tariffs? I don't know, man. Lord Freight is here. Bonsoir, monsieur. Hope you're well. The factories are making the AI stuff rather than normal stuff. Maybe. Yeah, like, I haven't noticed a huge increase on memory. You know, I can't remember. Had to see that paradox. You know, true, just built an upgrade. It cost me nigh on £6,000, Eddie. Jesus. That's nuts. But hey, the possible face got it. Right, where are we now? Oh, Jesus. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235. We've just passed Pronk. We're going to be planning to descend for the ILS runway 27 center approach into O'Hare. Chicago traffic. Glad I bought me 5090 when I did.
You're a Pronk.
I want to answer you back, but I can't, because now in my luck. Bad behaviour. Please refrain. Naughty! You big scuttling dart. Pronk. Brilliant. They had so much stock, they slowed production, and now stock has got low costs that they've rocketed. Yeah. 2,600 for a 5090. Eddie, that's not bad. I've seen them at 3,200. You're a Pronk. That's fantastic. Right. We're over at Davey. Speed hour at Jimbo. Ah, Jesus. Jimbo wants us to be at 204 knots and it says a speed error. Okay, well, why don't we call it 180 and see what happens? No? Oh, Jesus! Yeah, insert that. Right there, they fixed it. Maybe I didn't fix it. Right now? Yeah, no, we're okay. We're okay. What buttons? I'm hearing. Oh, it's auto ATC, is it? Auto ATC, right? You may receive automated guidance to assist online controllers. Alright. Chicago Center advises cross 5 nautical miles east of Watson and maintain 250. No separation provided. Chicago advises cross Hulls at 12,000. Alright. The Quasar is brilliant. The Quasar is brilliant. Check the Bremen bar, Murph. What did you do now? Oh, Jesus. Ah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous prices. For RAM. RAM used to be cheap as chips. Right. I have sticks of RAM in the attic somewhere. Right, we're off to sell it. Right, that looks like top of drop up the road here. It does. So 340. There's Hoppo. Makita Prize. I don't know. There's no ATC, so I'm going to plan to sell Vector. Hoppo, Makita Prize, Hulls. So there was information here at Hulls. At Hulls, maintain 12,000. 5 miles east of Watson, dropped to 250. Firefly 235, we are descending now from Watson down to flight level 250. Chicago traffic. Right, down the hill you get. Yeah, RAM is getting so expensive. Every year the price has doubled. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? I paid 680 for Vengeance Pro. Jesus. I think AI is driving the prices up. Yeah, I don't know. Lads, it's crazy. But what can you do? What can we do? Put pressure on, developers to make the sim and aircraft run better. Just saying.
You got 2 sticks of 32 gigs this time last year for about 150. I got 96 gigs of DDR5 RAM that goes up to 6,000 mega transfers a second, and I got that for under $200. What? Great deal on ETS2 right now. Velo with all the map expansions. Ooh, nice. So I don't think I'm around on Tuesday, lads. I'm actually going up to Weston Airport to see, you know, a man about a dog, or a fish, or a dogfish. So there'll be no streaming on Tuesday, but I'll take pictures and stuff of little projects that I'm working on. Ooh. So that'll be on Tuesday, as I go up to the National Flight Centre. Should be fun. Same here, Murph. I've 96 gigs of G-Skill. Yeah, mine is Fury, but yeah, it's very good. Fisher Dragon, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it now. That's going to be on, that's on Tuesday. You know. So I'm hoping there's some real world flying very, very soon. Haven't flown in Weston in friggin' years. But if you go up and have a chat with them, because they have simulators up there, you see. Full, massive, full-size simulators. And I'm going to go up to try and fix one of them. Isn't that the funniest thing you've heard all day? I'd be there with a hammer. Right. Hang on. With regards to specs, when people are free, look into the game where the winds meet. It's a free to play game that looks amazing. Ooh, nice, Cornwolf. What you doing it? Where the winds meet? Interesting. Right, what are we doing here now? So, looking at the aircraft and assistance.
Cargo traffic, Firefly 301 overhead Makita, 17,000 feet, 330 knots. Cargo traffic.
You're the Makita. They put you in charge of button pressing. Right. Adam, are you around on Tuesday? Do you want to go out for the spin? We're going to have a look at their sims and stuff and see what we can break. We popped into Weston on our stopover, Murphy. Nice little restaurant. Yeah, really nice restaurant. Expensive though, you know. Hello, young fella. All right. Yeah, expensive-ish, pricey, but it's nice. Isn't it like £9 for a bottle of Peroni or something? Like, what? I know it came from Italy and all, but like, Jesus. Could you bevies afterwards if you're not? No, I'll be driving home. I'll be driving home, Adam. But no, I'll plan us something. What's wrong with Flight Sim 24 today? Your FPS is just garbage, says Runway Feldman. No way! Can you be more specific as to what is wrong? Clifford Approach says, regarding a new PC for 24, does AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, 42 gigs of DDR5 and an Nvidia 5070, would that cope with ultra-ish settings? Yeah, pretty much. That's a fairly decent rig. I'd watch the RAM though, clear for approach. 42 gigs, it's a strange number. You'd be looking for, I'd be looking for 64. Sunjammer, good to see you. Or your GPU might be toast. Is it happening with other games? Most of us have jobs to do on Tuesday, Murph. You've only been a man of leisure for 6 months and you're already thinking people can go places at the drop of a hat. I'm 6 months into this full-time gig, thanks to you lot, so thank you very much indeed. But yes, well, technically I'm working, Muse. Technically I'm working, like I'm not going off in a jolly, like, you know. Are you around on Tuesday? So come on out for the crack. There'll be 2 Egypts looking at stuff going, Jesus, then the whole load, right? Guess what? You're working. Now, hang on. Can we get a clarification, please, on that last previous statement? You know, to substantiate your claims. You're working, right? Probably means 32. I run 32 gigs of RAM on a 9070. Yeah.
In Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, overhead Hull slowing to 250.
Jesus! Nicky Fizz, thank you very, very much indeed. 5 gifted tier 1 subs to the community. The man is a legend. Nicky Fizz, thank you very, very much. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Nicky Fizz, well, do be sure to say thank you. What's happening up the road here now? Oh, Jesus. What was my last instruction? At Hulls. Where's Hulls? We're coming up to Hulls. We want to be down to 12. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235. Overhead prize, descending now, flight level 270, down to flight level, down to 12,000 feet. Chicago traffic. Right, get us down the hill. Right, Murphy, you're taking over here. We're going to bring the speed back.
And we're going to V-speed the BJs. Oh, not too much now. Call it 2,000 feet a minute and ease in a bit of breakage. Nicky, you big legend, you. David Bay says, my old 1080 is still 99% load most of the time. One day it'll melt. Jesus, David, that's still working like that. That's great. Should have been 32, not 42. Grand. Okay, well, 32 gigs is fine. It's fine. 64 would be better, especially for flight sim, but 32 is fine. Right. We're dropping now. We're going down to 12. There seems to be a bit of... I'm very close to Naughty. He's doing 217. I'm doing 364. Oh, Jesus. Horse the speed backwards, Murphy. Get the speed right back, because otherwise we're going to be sniffing the back of Naughty Gnome. Although I don't see him here. Right, we're going to self-vector here as well, so let me see. Manual, let me see. We're going to Vulgar into... Oh, no. What are you doing, Murph? I want to clear the disco. No. I want to clear manual. Insert. And we're going to put Vulgar into here, isn't it? So, can I clear that? Yes. Okie dokie, let us see what happens. We're trying to get that speed right down, then we want to descend and drop the nose. We're currently on flight level 230. Let's drop the nose down a little bit further. You're under 10,000, Roger. I'm trying to slow down as best I can. Now, there is a hold here I can jump into if I need to, but sure, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. Any other ATC frequencies on? No, not just yet. You probably need to turn your TCAS into below to see Malky. Good call. Let me see. It says dweeb. Wasn't that like slang for calling someone a muppet? You big dweeb. Right, let's see what happens. Okay, so again...
Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, 9,000 feet, overhead dweeb. Chicago traffic.
You're a dweeb. Fuel is looking good! Right, bleed systems, they're all fine. Engines we're going to keep an eye on. Fuel, we're looking good. 2 9ers on board, looking good. Electrical systems are all grand. Pressurization is all looking grand. Wheels, all looking grand. We didn't have any punctures or whatnot, so I think we're looking good. We're going to continue descending here now. We're trying to decel. We're very close to the back of Naughty Gnome. We're now doing a ground speed of about 272. Naughty is down to about 211. I'm doing my best to slow us all the way down. We're heading down to 12,000 feet. Then we're going to drop down to 9,000 feet. If you go in here and have a look at our charts, CNAC all the way over to Jimbo, that's going to be 12. We want to be down at Jimbo. If you have a look at our approach here, Jimbo, they want us at 4,000 feet. So at Nichols, it's going to be 9,000 feet. All right, at Nichols we want to be at 9,000. So let us see what happens here. I'm trying to slow down as best I can. He's off a bit more speed. And see if we can get this speed coming down. We're now going to come off Standard Barrow. Q&H, Murph. 3021. 3021. Alright. Let's see what happens now. Any news on Sim Update 4? Not yet. Not yet. Why do you have a big loop in your flight plan? I'm unsure. Let's have a look. So, hang on now. Vulgar, CNAC, where are we going? Dweeb, CNAC, Vulgar, Nichols. Watson 4. I'm just going to do a direct from CNAC over to Nichols. Get rid of Vulgar, I suppose. Because we're speed limited, that's probably why she's given out, right? There, we fixed that problem. But I think it horsed that in purely down to speed. See? So Naughty is now doing 238 over the ground. I'm down to about 245. Good stuff, Naughty. Thank you for your help. And we're going to keep trying to slow down. So at CNAC, and then it's going to be down to 9,000 once we get to Nichols. So I'm going to dial in 9,000.
Traffic Firefly 301, overhead CNAC, proceeding direct Hazel at 250 knots. Chicago traffic.
250, roger. Naughty, am I literally only 2 miles behind you? Right, Murphy, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ease off here now on our downward movement because we're going to get that speed all the way back. Otherwise, we're going to blast into Naughty Gnome. And wouldn't that be unfortunate? Why can't I see him on my gadget look? All aircraft, yes. He's in there somewhere, lads. He's in there somewhere. You're at 7,500. Okay. I'm sniffing the back of your APU. My speed is dropping now nicely. You're going for about 247. I'm down at about 211 now. So we're going to calm the absolute bejesus out of this, Naughty. I'll even go slower. And Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, overhead CNAC. We are now selling. We're going to reduce our speed down to 180 knots indicated for approach runway 27 center, Chicago. Lots of flaps. Speed brake is out. Now get your ass down to 9,000. Warning lights are coming on. That's quite okay. Speed brake, keep it out there. Speed is coming down. 180 indicated. And I think there's decent 003 has some decent space between us. Mother of Jesus, there he is. Look, there's a plane, and I shouldn't be here at all because I'm too close to him. Good man, Murphy. Yeah, good man.
And Chicago traffic, Firefly 301 will maintain 250 knots until 8 DME.
Roger, we'll be following you in. Taka, 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 taka. Damn it, Jamie. Stay out of the sun. Oh, Jesus, look how close we are. I mean, yeah, right. I mean, there really isn't nothing in it, is there? Make yourself look pretty for the day in front of the sim. Good man yourself, Shane. What time are you streaming at, bud?
Firefly 235 from Firefly 301. Just confirm, are you on 28 center or 27 center for Chicago?
I'm not telling you. No, we're going to be on 27 center, Firefly 235.
Oh, I'm approaching 28 center, so gap's not so much of an issue.
Parallel landing, sounds good. Don't muck it up now. You know. Right. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Mag, good to see you, buddy. Maxim TV's in the house. Welcome aboard. Right, 9,000 at Nichols, then 8, then 7, then 6, then all the way down we go. I'm at our bashing me heel. Oh, the pain is real. Oh, why do I... Jesus. I need to start wearing shoes or something. Oh. But anyway, where is this now? Let's see what happens. Lights on. Seatbelts on. And we'll also... landing system is armed. Auto brake set to 2. Flight controls, that's quite okay. 2, please. There we go. Auto brake medium. And let's continue. Go, so you won't even look at them.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 301 as approaches on different runways. I am slowing to 200 knots.
Roger, Firefly 235. We're about 6 miles behind you. We are going to be rambling in at 170 indicated. Now, let's just double check. Are we going to 7. Yes. 27. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Okay, 9,000 coming in. Then we want to go 876 and all the way in after that. So we're going to reduce now 170. Take our time. Because, ooh, where's he going? He's at 4,000 feet. Traffic alert. There is a United aircraft 4,000 feet. Keep your eye out for him there, Naughty. He looks like he's jumping the gun ahead of you. And Firefly 301, just be advised, traffic ahead.
Yeah, we are aware of traffic and slowing to 180 knots for Firefly 301.
Shoot him! Get out of the way! He's coming in from San Francisco. Nice! Alright, so he's just tucking in behind, and we'll see what the crack is. Now, do we need to go to... is there CTAF at Chicago, lads? What's the CTAF? Because we'll probably need to go to CTAF now. Anyone know CTAF for Chicago? It's on your charts, Murph. Yeah, but right.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, switching to CTAF 120750.
120 750. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, also changing over to CTAF 120 750 traffic. 120.
Hazel, 7 miles from Hazel. Chicago traffic.
Right, Murphy, drop the nose, please. Drop the nose, please. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, just passing Creco. We're heading now to Sermi, descending down to 7,000, speed 170. ILS approach, runway 27 center, Chicago. Alright. Quokka, good to see you. There's CTAF everywhere now in the US, yeah. Thanks, fellow. Okay, speed's a little bit on the fast side. Let's flap it out there so we can kind of slow her down a bit. Easy now, Jemima. Down to 7, then it'll become 6, then 5, then 4. We want to be at 4,000 at Jimbo at 180 knots. We're okay for the moment. Jesus, Naughty's right back at 142 knots. I don't think I can go that slow. Let's see what happens, friends. We're parallel, yeah. Right, coming down to 6,000 now. When we level off, we're going to ease off some of that speed. And just calm the chicken down, right? We're parallel. Yeah, no, I know that, but still. I want to have a look at you as you're landing, Naughty, you know, shouting abuse. Oh, look, Jesus, there's Chicago. Look at the state. The windy city through me windows that are scraped. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. That's very pretty.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 972, clear of runway 27 center, taxiing to the ramp by Romeo and Golf, Chicago.
Chicago traffic, United 1288, heavy. We are at a 5 mile file for 28 center final approach.
Ooh.
And Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, also 28 center. We are 11 miles out, slowing to final approach speed.
Destination data is already in there.
Air traffic, Toyota for the traffic behind me, just caution, wake turbulence, I'm in a 777-200. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Firefly 003 inbound. Jimbo, 3 nautical miles.
All right, we're looking good. Speed brakes are out, that's okay. Continue in, Murphy, continue in. Alright, ease our way into this one. Lights are on, barrels set, flaps are set to currently at 2. We'll go more now in a moment. And we'll continue our approach. We'll be arming approach mode shortly. Jimbo is going to be our initial approach fix. And then we're down to Driscoll. This is why I love you a lot on VATSIM. Everyone explains everything. Yeah, it's so helpful. The lads are really handy. Look at the view! Man, that's friggin' gorgeous, look. Look at the state of that. Look, Jesus. Gorgeous. Oh, the stutters are real. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, Jimbo 4,000. Speed 160. And we continue on in. Don't crash, Sim. Jesus, could you imagine? If it wasn't post-work, Pete would have joined us. Brilliant. A bit windy here, 27 knots. Bit of cloud here, exactly what we expected. I'm flying the route tonight, just not in VATSIM. I need to take the drive and do it. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's real nice. Real nice. Right, okay, let's continue on in. 4,000. Driscoll wants us down at 2,200. We're about 10 miles. I imagine we'll get an approach mode. So let's go approach.
1288, the Chicago Center vacated 28 Center.
Light soap is captured. Localizer captured. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235. We are on the localizer, runway 27 Center, Chicago. At 10 miles. Rad Baron, good to see you, buddy.
And Chicago traffic, Firefly 301 is 4 miles, runway 28 Center, Chicago traffic.
Okay, we're descending now. We're on the glide slope. We're on the localizer. Missed approach is going to be climbing 1100, turning right up to 4000, and then we have a hold somewhere out the road as well. Speed is looking good at 160. We will wait till we get a little bit closer to drop at the landing gear. As we're looking here at our systems, again, we're going to be using our flight panels to bring up some crucial information. So let's have a look at the bleed system, pressure, and electric. And as I said, all of this is coming in from my stream deck. I have full control over what it is I want to use with the aircraft. We can even now go, for example, look at our overhead. We can see no, they're okay. Our lights are what we're going for. Electric and lighting. Interior lighting is all good. Exterior lighting is all good. So lights are on, doing what we're doing. Weather and TCAS as expected. Baro is set. I'm going to keep it on the ECAM. And we're going to have a look at this for the wheels as we approach to keep an eye on temperatures. So we should be all right. So descending nicely, speed is looking good. Flaps are set to 2. We are at a range now of 7 miles. Flaps 3 and gear. Landing gear on, signs ready, spoilers armed. Engine switch to ignition on. And flaps, we're not going to go full flaps, it's flaps 3.
Chicago traffic, 1288 crossing 28
bit
right.
Of precip.
Up to the ramp. Chicago traffic.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, 6 mile final, runway 27 Center, full stop, Chicago. Riot. Ease it in, Jemima. Landing system is on, auto land is set. As we continue in, we can reduce a little bit of speed. Call it 150. There is a bit of precip there. I wonder now, do we need to worry about that? Flap 3 configuration. Landing checklist is on. Company message, landing lights, ground proximity warning is set for flap 3.
And as I say, there's a little bit of moisture there. I've no anti-ice warnings here yet, so we should be all right. On the glide, Pappy are happy. Continue our approach. We are now at a 4-mile final.
1,000.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, 4-mile final, ILS runway 27 center, full stop, Chicago. All right, we can probably hand fly this one now.
Traffic Firefly 003 on an 18-mile final. Chicago traffic.
Okay, I have control.
Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, clear of 28 center. Chicago traffic.
Let's see what happens here, sports fans. Speed is good, flaps are good. 21 knots on the nose. Little bit of a push to our left. Go away, stutters.
400.
Easy now. Little bit of wind.
400.
Easy now.
100 above.
Continue. It's all terribly exciting, this, lads, isn't it? Jesus!
Minimum 200.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
2 dogs, the timing! The man has timing!
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Our idle.
7. 5.
Touchdown!
Traffic, already will be parking at Charlie 18 spot.
Reversers! Green. Keep it on center line.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
Reverser stowed, spoilers in, auto brake coming off, and we're going to vacate here onto Echo 1. Easy now, Jemima. Flaps in. Yeah, a little bit of snow, isn't there? Alright, we're going on Foxtrot. And Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, vacated 27 center onto Echo. We're going to be taxiing Echo Foxtrot Golf back to Terminal 1. Chicago traffic. Alright. Right, we're in. Jeez, that was brilliant. Landing lights off. Go ahead and get the APU fired up. We'll need that now in a moment.
And Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, crossing 28 right at Echo.
Captain and
Chicago traffic.
It has been our pleasure looking after you today.
Alright, looking good. We're going to hang a left here in Foxtrot, then we're going to be crossing 27 left. So before we do that, we'll keep an eye out. And of course, the taxi markings at a bespoke airport are shagged.
003 bound on a for ILS 27.
Like, isn't it gas, right? So Chicago O'Hare is part of the deluxe upgrade for Microsoft Flight Sim, right? So it's one of these handcrafted airports. Yet, you've paid more for this edition of the sim. So why, in the name of all that is Anthony, do they mess up when it comes to like taxiway signage and all the rest? It's nuts, isn't it? I mean, if you bought this scenery, you'd be onto the developer saying, look at the state of your life. Do you know what I mean? Chicago traffic, Firefly 235. We're going to be crossing runway 27 left as we continue on Foxtrot and then Golf. Chicago traffic. Left is clear. Right is clear. Is it? Yes. Our strobes are still on. Handcrafted, yeah, but it's desperate, like, they need to fix that, do you know? And like, you'd say something if this like was an airport out in the back of Beyond, right?
And this Chicago traffic, Firefly 301, taxiing via Lima Bravo to stand Golf 8. Chicago traffic.
By the hand of Johnny 5, right? Alright, we're finished crossing runways now. Strobes coming off. And we continue taxiing in. We're going to stay on Golf. And let's see what happens. Beautiful flight, yeah, it's really nice. There's no way the sign you passed isn't coming to the gate with you. Listen, it'd be grand. Uh-oh. Oh, we have ATC. Do we? American Airlines. Ah, cheers, buddy. I thought I was in trouble. We're all right. Easy now, Jemima. So we're going to taxi on Golf all the way in. This is absolutely gorgeous, lads. The sounds are really good, aren't they? Isn't it so immersive? Oh, it's so good. Jesus, look at your speed. Slow down, you muppet. Chicago traffic, Firefly 235, crossing runway 04 left as we continue on Golf for Terminal 1. Chicago traffic. Now it says this runway is not in use, so we are clear. Strobes on. Larry says the A340 flies like a dream. Larry, you're more than welcome, buddy. That A340 is so good. I love the A340, man. Anybills did an absolute cracking job on that. They really did. I'm delighted you like it, Larry. It's very, very good, man. It's a solid airplane. Really nice to fly. And strobe off. If you go ahead, start her up. Oh, we'll get some parking over here on the right hand side. Yeah, loving the A340, says Cornwolf, just doing your first flight. Dude, it's so good. So good. Now the LPC thinks otherwise, but sure, look it. Oh, really? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Ignition off, Murph. We'll get parking over here. That was a most enjoyable flight, lads.
Firefly 003, package runway.
Good man yourself, Iceman. Oh, you're going to aim for B12 here. B16? Yeah, A340, great machine, isn't it?
Firefly 003, package runway 27 center.
Okay, B12. Easy now.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
No aircraft markings. I imagine we're at the first one. Jesus, I wouldn't really trust it, would you? We'll stop just short of it. Brakes on. Definitely set the brakes. Okay, Squawk Machine, we shall turn you off. Thanks for playing. And APU is on. Bleed system, go ahead and turn on the bleeds. And we'll come on down here.
Checking via Romeo and Uniform 3.
And we'll request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
We'll go American Airlines. Here comes the gate. And aircraft shutting down. Most enjoyable flight. We'll go ahead and get our ground supply and stuff turned on. On my tablet jagged. Commence deboarding, yes. Let's go to ground and we'll open up the cargo holes. Codes and chocks are already there. GPU will request and we can go ahead and grab some ground power. And do nicely. And APU is still running. Engines are both off.
Passengers, the boarding started.
And I'd say we're looking good here. Let me see. Landing flap, go ahead and turn that off. APU, kill the bleeds, kill the master switch. And as we have a look over here, all should be well. Again, we'll have a quick look now on all our systems on the aircraft using our flight panels. So let's have a look here. So this is all to do with our excuse me, that's all to do with our ECAM electrical system that we can see. Full system is now running on our external power. APU is already turned off. General settings in the cockpit, we can go ahead now and ground. They're all connected in. We can see that pushback is there. Walk around, don't need for the moment. Come back in here, look at our overhead. IRSs are where they need to be. We'll go back one. Overhead 2. Everything there where it needs to be. Overhead 3. Everything there looks where it needs to be. Autopilot, EFIS, comms, hydraulic fuel, lighting, ECAM and electric. All of that is fine as well. We can also... seatbelts, no smoking, emergency exits are already armed, and that's the aircraft pretty much in a state of calmed the devil down. APU is still running. That'll keep running until the door closes and she spills down. There we have it, lads. A very, very, very nice flight. Let's go and have a chat with the lads. They did a great job, didn't they? Let's see here now. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen. Jeez, that was a nice flight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good fun.
Certainly was.
It was nice and relaxing. The weather was definitely on par with what we planned earlier on, and fair play to Cincinnati for jumping online to give us that departure. But that was certainly a lot of fun. Like, flying into Chicago is such a massive airport, and probably odd that there isn't ATC here. It's probably just the day that's in it. But it was very enjoyable. Nothing major in terms of the aircraft. Everything behaved as expected. And everyone got in. There was great spacing, great communication from what I was listening to. Even if Naughty's a total pronk. But no, I think it went very, very well. Dougal, how did everything go on your system considering the reinstall and Windows settings? Did it do as expected?
So far, so good, mate.
Happy days. Happy days. So that means for about 26 hours a day, you'll be on VATSIM. That's great news.
I've got to get all my add-ons installed now.
That'll certainly take a while. And let me see. Naughty, you took the 777 again?
No, I'm in the Max, the iFly Max this week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That was me and Rambog took the triple.
Yourself and Rambog, nice. And Rambog, how are you liking that? I mean, you don't fly that an awful lot, or do you?
I don't. I've been trying to kind of get into it, and it's coming around. I really like it.
It's a great machine. The 777 is so good, and like I'm hearing like PMDG, they're very close to the 737-800 NG. You know, a matter of weeks. So I think once that releases, we're going to see a lot more people flying that as well in 2024, which would be good. And Larry, of course, took out the A340, and it behaved.
So did Larry.
So did Larry. Yeah, the A340. So yeah, great stuff. So Naughty No, next week. What are we up to next week?
So next week we are off to Minneapolis, St. Paul, the next destination for Flight Sim Expo. So yeah, just another relatively short hop next week over to Minneapolis. And then the week after is a longer flight over to Denver. But yeah, Minneapolis next week. There's some good scenery as well for there, so that's good, both free and paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll post all the details about that, and I'm hoping next week I should also be able to unveil the Christmas special. So a few things just left to line up, but I should be able to unveil it all next week.
Nice. Looking forward to Minneapolis because, as I say, it is the destination of, or the host city of Flight Sim Expo next year. So doing a flight in there now just kind of gets you all excited to say, yeah, we're going here in a few months. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're down into Denver. Looking forward to that. Flying into Colorado. And yeah, we can kind of see with some of the legs that are there, a couple of long flights, a couple of short flights. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The Christmas special, can't wait to see what you come up with there.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, I've got some ideas. I just got to line a couple more things up, and then yeah, I'll be able to announce it all. And there's a poster and everything.
Nice, deadly. Going back to our flight then tonight. Anyone have issues along the way? Did anyone kind of learn something? Did something happen that you weren't expecting, or was it one of those flights that frightfully everything went according to plan?
I think it probably did for most of us, which is
unheard
of, right?
Right.
Was very, very straightforward. Obviously, no ATC kind of helped, and no other arriving traffic.
Mm-hmm. Like the routing was nice out of Cincinnati, right turn heading on up. You know, I mean, over Lake Michigan is always going to be gorgeous. The approach with the sun, with the cloud, I thought it looked amazing coming in, and then down into O'Hare was really, really nice. Next week's flight, I would expect it to be a little bit busier. And, you know, getting out of Chicago, there's we have a lot of options with runways. Like, there's so many runways here at Chicago. It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely crackers, a number of runways here.
It's like effectively two massive airports joined together.
I bet we get much more ATC next week.
Yeah. I say, yeah, it's probably the day that's in it. I mean, at this time now, most of the guys stateside are probably sitting down to dinner because it's kind of, you know, evening, middle of the day. So, yeah, very interesting. But we were lucky with the weather, and like that's the thing with these VATSIM flights. The weather is always a constant challenge because, well, it's using real world weather. So we can see now just how cold it is. I mean, it was spitting a bit of sleet and snow coming in there on a short approach. So we're heading south, Denver, but that's high up. So I'm expecting kind of mad weather as well. And as it kind of continue on, we're going to be westbound. We're out to LAX and Vegas and all that sort of stuff. So we'll probably escape a lot of the mad wintry weather. But it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks. Do you know?
Denver should be good fun. I've flown into there a couple of times this week doing some testing in 2024. Mm-hmm. And it's like you join the glide slope at 10,000 feet, and it was -1 the other day when I got there. So yeah, wow. It's good fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. 10,000 feet. What's the airport elevation? 4 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, 4.5, 5, I think.
Yeah. No, it'll be fun. And anyone thinking of using a different aircraft next week, or are you kind of happy doing what you're doing right now?
Probably gonna try to keep on the 777.
Yeah, I might go A350. I've been wanting to get back into that, so we'll see.
Now, there has been a massive update for the A350, so I am looking forward to jumping into that as well. I was watching Chewy earlier on fly it, and it's just like, yeah, it's getting better and better and better. So yeah, bit of 350 madness now could be a bit of fun.
I did a long haul. I went across the pond in it last week, and it was flawless until I arrived, and it simply failed. It could be pilot error, but it didn't capture the glide slope. I didn't look to see if it was my fault. So it could easily have been, but that's all it did. You know, no WASMs, really good.
Well, that's definitely encouraging. And again, like the Fenix is an incredible aircraft in terms of aircraft design in the sim. The A320, they've nailed it. The A340, the A350, and even the A300s. But I'm kind of jonesing for a bit of Boeing action, right? Be it the 777, or indeed when the 737 gets released, I might do some either level up or some Zebo flying soon as well over an X-plane, because the 737 is just a great machine. So yeah, we'll see how the next couple of flights go. But I'm really enjoying flying the Fenix, and as I said, those the panels are dead handy. I mean, they're just handy to have, which is very handy. I keep saying handy. A fellow says I might take the A300 for something. Yeah, I was thinking the A300. You know, because like that's a cracking airplane. Do you know? I had 2 WASMs last time I did long hauls in the A330s. Well, again, there's an A3. Isn't there an A3? What are Aerosoft doing next? Is it their version of the A340 is first, and then the A330? I think, isn't it? Or something like that.
Well, like I think Aerosoft is doing the 340 with Thales, aren't they?
They are. I think that's their next release, isn't it? And then of course the MD-11 is getting a lot of love as well, but I think that's I think that was a 2020 update. I think, could be wrong, but no, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Like that A340, I think it's a great airplane. I just love it because we have the Praetor variant of it. The A350, as I said, I've only flown it once on stream, so yeah, I think we're going to be looking at flying that machine soon again as well. And I also want to fly the CRJs and the ERJ or the Embraer, the E-Jets over an X-plane. So like loads of options for different aircraft, and we can actually throw in some of the general aviation as well. Like I can't wait for that FS Reborn Phenom. I mean that's going to be a popular aircraft flying around, for sure. Do you know? So
been waiting for years at this point.
Yeah, right. So yeah, well, was also the A380 got a massive update, but what happened to Grizzle earlier on? He lost 3 engines or something. Poor old devil. So the A380 is an option.
Something like that. I only saw the he had a near miss with someone who just decided to cut right in front of him as he was coming in on final approach. But yeah, then there was something with the engines, but I wasn't 100% sure what happened.
Right. Interesting stuff. And there's also the A321. Actually, I didn't do much with that either. Like we've some great options now with different aircraft. So yeah,
and the Citation X.
And yeah, of course, the what we call it, the C750. Yeah, another cracker of a plane. It's so fast. And of course the Honda Jet is getting a massive overhaul as well. So and I want to take the DC-6 out for a spin. I think that's going to be brilliant on VATSIM, amongst other things. You know, that could be a good shout actually for next week.
Do you know you're unable RNAV?
I haven't a clue. No, not at all, but I'll bluff it, you know?
As usual.
As usual. No, like, with the DC-6, I mean, I can fly it with the GTN, which makes it very handy and just use low altitude, I think.
True.
Will that work?
Yeah. GTN 750 in-flight sim is fully RNAV capable. It can do LPV approaches and everything.
Nice.
In real life, you need to have the correct sensors as well, but it is fully RNAV.
Sweet. Okay, we might do that next week in the DC-6 because I do love that plane, and you don't see an awful lot of them on VATSIM, so that could be interesting. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But lads, listen, thank you all so very much indeed for flying with us this evening. It was a lovely flight. The snow is starting to fall here on the ground at Chicago, and you know, we'll use that as our cue. We're back tomorrow night, flying in the Transall, brand new updated livery. So hope to see you flying with us there tomorrow night. So take it fierce handy. As always, thanks to Naughty Gnome for all the planning and from all the lads flying along with us, keeping us company on the airwaves, and just very well done tonight. Great flying, great communication, and great spacing. So well done, lads, and thanks a million.
Yeah. No bother.
You too. Take care.
Right, lads, that was an absolute barrel of laughs. It was a great flight, and even looking back at the flight, what was the landing rate? 255 feet. Wasn't too bad, was it? 255 feet. So we'll take it. But lads, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in. We're back to you tomorrow night, 2000 Zulu, and we're going to be flying the C-160 down in Ecuador. Change of pace. So thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in, for all the support we got here as well. You're all very kind, and to our friends in the United States, a very happy Thanksgiving Day. So until then, lads, we'll be over on Discord, !Discord. Do have a ramble over, and yeah, have a lovely rest of your evening. See you tomorrow. This, lads, look at the state of this. Touchdown, nicely done, beautiful. Armin Addict inbound.
Careful now, careful now. Pull up, pull up. Beautiful. What a landing. So we've Gregor inbound. Bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start to the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons! Right, that needs to go, you know, fat. But in fairness, though... Right, you know, I mean, the posture, right? I'm talking about me, of course, right? But anyway, quick, before we're in trouble. No, I didn't do anything! I wasn't looking at anything! I was looking deep into her eyes!
Oh, were you?
I was, actually was!
Her eyes are strategically placed.
No, her name tag was down on the... and a very bad eyesight. I had to lean right in.
Really?
Oh, Jesus! Listen, the important thing is... It's to